Hey everybody, Chef JoJo here with Extreme Culinary Outfitters. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Shift Drink. And I want to talk to you about the toll that this industry takes on us and the sacrifices we have to make to exist in our business. And as always, we're going to have this conversation over a drink. Wow. Just recently, like a week and a half ago or so, Anthony Bourdain took his life, and I know it's affected a lot of people. I've gotten some messages on it, and a lot of people are asking me what I thought. And then some of you guys were reaching out and saying, thanks Kevin for reaching out. And he's like, listen, I want to use your platform to make sure that everybody is being aware, and what are we going to do to change? And Anthony, I didn't even realize how many of friends that I had on Facebook and Instagram that were chefs. And it was just like, as I was scrolling through and going through, every one of you guys and girls and ladies, I don't know, everybody changed their profile picture or had a post that where they met him or they had an opportunity to see him. And I had never met Anthony, and I do know some chefs that hung out with him or knew him, and what an amazing character. And it's like one of the guys I felt like that had everything that we all wanted to a certain extent. Like, he traveled the world and got to eat food and meet people and talk. I mean, that would be such an amazing thing. And he hadn't been in a kitchen in a long time professionally, but his book Kitchen Confidential touched everybody, right? When you read it, it was like a book for me. And him making it and outside of the industry, I thought, being successful with his books, he kind of took on this personality of his own, and everybody wanted to know what he was thinking. And he was so outspoken and kind of called it like he saw it, and he really didn't apologize that much. And I just thought, wow, what a blow. And I know he's going to be missed. And what's crazy is in 2015, Hamaro Cantu took his own life as well. And it wasn't too long before after that the chef, and one of the greatest chefs in Europe, took his own life. He wrote this amazing cookbooks that were like huge, thick cookbook that was only of how to cook and prepare birds, but something had gone wrong and he chose that way. And then, the chef in France that found out that he wasn't going to get his third star, or like they were taking it away, he went inside, and once he got the call or heard, he took his own life. And he ran the restaurant with his wife, and it was his everything. We chase perfection as a group of chefs, and we are always trying to obtain some goal that is really unachievable on a lot of fronts. And it takes its toll. Every one of you, whether you're a chef, a cook, a waitress, a server, a waiter, a maitre d', a sommelier, a bartender, a restaurant manager, you name it, we all pay the price to be in this business at some point or another. And, I'm no expert on depression. I know it's a nasty, tough thing to handle and deal with. I've seen a lot of people post about it. And, we've all had some serious dark moments in our lives. I know that I can say that I have. I mean, if you've lived long enough, life is going to knock your teeth right out, and you can feel extremely alone. And, everybody was posting suicide hotline numbers on their page, and everybody, if you need help, call. And I do have to say that one of my chef friends posted something, hey, when people are depressed, they're not going to reach out. They're not going to call you and say that they need help. We need to be aware of our surroundings and what are other people standing next to us that, let's be honest, you spend more time with people that you work with most of the time than you do with your own family, especially if you're in the restaurant business or in this food and beverage business. And we can ignore it or just brush it off. And I think it's time for us to stop ignoring. And, as an industry, we're going through a huge change right now. And our acceptance for the status quo is being disrupted. And I think that's awesome. And I look forward to what is to come soon. But we need to stick up for each other and look out for each other because we're the only ones that are going to take care of each other. So when I say that, I'm not an expert, I'm not, but there's people out there that can help you. And if you have friends that you work with that you think need help, just talk to them or be there. Now, you guys reach out to me all the time for things like, what am I going to be doing? My chef's leaving and going on vacation. What would you want if you were the chef? And it's my first time being a sous chef. It's my first time working in a kitchen. Or I need to get more money. You guys ask me these questions on Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook. If you need anything at all and you're not in a spot that you feel like you can talk to anybody that you know, maybe you could reach out to me. I know that I'm here. So if you're going to ask me how to make more money at your job, you can definitely ask me to listen. And I'll do my best to be there. Also, there's another YouTuber that I follow, Philip DeFranco. He has a affiliate link to betterhelp.com. I'm not really 100% familiar with it, but it's totally private, totally formal. You fill out a application and it'll put you in touch with someone that can help you. It's not for crisis situations, but I will put a link or a phone number down below in our description for any type of crisis situation, for phone numbers, for suicide hotline, or any of those things. But really what this is, it's a call for all of us to go, we've had enough. Let's take care of us. And you know, the reason why Shift Drink is here is because no matter what happened during service, we all would have a drink at the end of the night and kind of just let off a little steam. No matter what happened, I thought, you know, it was going to be a horrible night, and then we'd all sit around a cooler and we'd have some beers or we'd have a couple of drinks, and things were just better. It was over. And sometimes we're not doing good enough for our fellow cooks, friends, our coworkers. We need to be on the lookout. And it's not like you have to have a shift drink every day, but one thing I do love about our industry is that we all suffer the same thing. We all know what each other's going through, because if you know somebody's been a chef for a long time, you could probably have 15 or 20 stories that are almost identical. And you know, I'm tired of this story being a theme in our industry. So if you want to use our platform to get your word out, let us know. We'll see how we can help. I know that I am going to make sure that moving forward that ECO, Extreme Culinary Outfitters, is doing its best to be the brand and the resource that we all need and can trust. And if there's anything that you guys need, you know how to reach out. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and you can always message us via just on email. And as always, I'm Chef JoJo. Cheers. Until next time. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Shift Drink. And I just wanted to say, I really want to hear from you. I know I mentioned it earlier, but your thoughts are super important to us. And how do you think we're going to make our industry better or stronger? And us getting together and making ECO the platform to make this happen would only make me actually super happy, because that's kind of why I started this brand. It's for us. And I really appreciate everything that you guys have done so far, from the support. And we're going to try to boost the amount of times that we're posting during the summer for sure. You know, we're going to have more shift drinks. We're going to have more podcasts. But we want to know, what are you looking for? Do you want our shift drinks to be a little bit longer? Are you looking for a shorter podcast? Do you want us to break it up into segments? You can take a look at all the stuff that we've done so far. We put our podcast on Castbox or things like that. It makes it more audio or SoundCloud relatable, so you can just listen to on the go. But we are really trying to make sure it's exactly what you need and are looking for. So if you could let us know, we'd greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'm Chef JoJo with ECO.